Good evening. So finally, we're getting around to doing some short practices. Lots of you have been asking for some short practices. Tonight is about strength. Seems kind of silly doing some strength practices at night, but this is the time that we have, and I hope that you have. People have been saying to me that, if they have time, they'll get around to it, or they've been losing muscle mass because of Netflix, let's face it. And do I have to do a weightlifting program? I have nothing against weights. Weights are great, but there's so much that we can do with our own bodies. So tonight, focusing on strong bodies, stronger minds. Come to the top of your mat. If you happen to have a block, that would be useful. 2 blocks. Useful. Not imperative, don't walk away just because you don't have them, okay? So coming to the top of your mat, and bring your hands down to your side, palms turned out. Just feel that motion there, turning the palms out, feeling the shoulders roll back. Lift up through the crown of the head, and let's just take a moment to pause, to be kind to our bodies. Making a commitment to be kind. And that doesn't mean that we are always napping, but that we honor our limitations. If we were doing a weightlifting program, we wouldn't start with 500 pounds. If we'd never done it before, we'd start with 1 pound, maybe 2. In the same way, our bodies adapt if we do little by little in yoga. So tonight we're going to be doing some sun salutations and some warrior flows. I really want you to pay attention to what's being active and when we're just standing around. So rooting the feet to the earth. Try to spread your toes and just notice what muscles that activates. So spreading the toes and setting the toes back down on the ground. And then slightly internally rotating the thighs. Kind of pulling the feet apart then, not bow-legged, but you're just scrubbing the ground to activate all the muscles up here. And then lift your hands up, way up. And again, we dial the fingers in. We roll the fingers in, lifting the arms. Then bend your knees and sink down towards the earth. When we're doing this, scrubbing the ground. Can you feel that in your thighs? Sinking your hips down. Reach your arms up. And as you exhale, swan dive down. If you can't reach the ground, bend your knees. Let your head go. Inhale to a nice flat back. Just place your hands on your shins and look up. Exhale to fold and step all the way back to plank. And take your knees down. So hands on the floor, and again, just dialing in a little bit, like you're trying to loosen a jar lid. So your hands aren't moving, but you're slightly dialing in with the hands. Shoulders back, draw the navel towards the spine, and slowly lower down and back up. So lowering down just a little bit and back up. Making sure the pelvis doesn't come down first. So slowly lowering down and back up and slowly lowering smoothly down to the ground. Inhale, rise up, just a baby cobra. Exhale to tabletop. Hold. Curl your toes under and press to down dog. Drawing the crown of the head down towards the floor. Pushing the mat away from you. Really trying to find that lift. If this is too much, again, we use the blocks so that we can find length and strength in the arms. Look up, step up, and fold. Bend your knees, sink your hips back, bring your arms along your ears, and rise up, exhaling to heart center. Bend your knees, sink your hips back, core engagement here, drawing in, lift your arms, breathe and smile just a little bit, strengthening the muscles of your smile muscles. And fold all the way down. Like I said, if you can't reach the floor, that's okay. Bend your knees. Inhale, halfway up. Shoulders back. Find the length through the back of the legs. And fold, stepping back all the way to plank. Lift your right foot gently off the floor. And set it back down. Lift the left leg slightly off the floor and set it down. Lift the right leg and down. Lift the left leg and down. Bend your knees, shoulders back. Lower down just a little bit and back up. And lower down just a little bit and up. And lower down slowly all the way to the floor. Inhale, rise, baby cobra. And down dog. Nodding your head, yes and no. Not holding any tension in the neck. Look up. Step up, fold. Bend your knees, arms come alongside your ears, and rise up. Hands to heart center. Bend your knees, lift your arms. You're squeezing your thighs together, so if you can't feel that squeezing together, put your hands there, pushing the thighs against the hands, or you can put a block there. And lift. Squeeze. And fold all the way down. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Step back. Plank. So again, rather than just sitting and feeling you're dumping into the shoulders, you're pushing the mat away from you. Push back through the heels. Feel like you're trying to loosen jars, dialing in slightly towards the center. Lift your left foot just a couple inches off the floor and set it back down. Lift the right foot and down. Lift the left foot and down. Lift the right foot and down. Knees down. Shoulders back. Lower down. And back up. So lowering down, keeping control, and up. Lower down, and up, and lower all the way down. Baby cobra. And down dog. Lift your right foot way up into the air. And bring your right foot up beside your right hand. Take your left hand up and over. Reach your hands out. So again, this can be a passive pose, or take your hand to the right knee. Push your leg into your hand. So really feel the engagement through the muscles in the inner leg as you push the leg into the hand. At the same time, draw your heels in together. So again, you're pulling in with the heels and pushing that thigh into the hand. You can wrap your left hand around Just feel the right knee pushing into the right arm. And breathe. And release. Take both hands down. Pivot. Step back. Come onto your right wrist. Lift your hips. If this is too much, your left foot comes in front. Lift your heart. So your right shoulder's directly above your wrist. And come back to center. Pivot to the left. And again, you can bring your right foot in front, lifting the hips. Just take your right hand behind you. Open the heart. And back to center. Bend your knees. Lower down. Baby cobra. And down dog. Lift your left foot up towards the sky. And draw your left foot up. Right hand up and over. So you're reaching. And then bring the left hand to the inner left thigh and push the hand into the leg, but more importantly, the leg into the hand. And then try to draw your feet together, your heels together at the same time. Really micro movements that make a huge difference. And hold. And hold. Working up a little sweat here. And bring your hands down. Pivot. Step back. Bend your knees. Bend your elbows. Lower. Inhale, rise to cobra. And exhale to down dog. Lift your right leg high. Way up. Bring the right foot up beside the right hand. Left hand up and over. This time, bring your hand to the outside of the right thigh and push your hand, your leg into your hand. So you're working the outside line of the leg, pushing the leg into the hand. Can you spread your toes? Noticing what muscles that activates. And bring your hand down to either side of the foot, step back. Bend your knees, bend your elbows lower. Inhale, cobra. And exhale to down dog. Lift your left leg high. And bring your left foot up. Right hand up and over. Take your left hand to the outside of the left thigh. Push the leg into the hand. Pulling your heels together and pushing the leg into the hand. Spread your toes. All at the same time. And release. Hands down, step back. Pivot to your left wrist. You can bring your right foot in front, or stacking. You can take your right hand up and wibble wobble, or just bring your right hand behind you. Coming back to center, coming to the right side, make sure the hips are lifted. You can bring your left foot in front, or straight in front, or stack. Your right wrist should be more or less right beneath your shoulder. And bring your hands down, bend your knees, and press back to child's pose. Just bring your hands behind you, rest your forehead on the mat or on a block if the mat's out of reach. And take a moment to notice what you're feeling. And slowly rising up. Let's bring the right hand onto the heart, the left hand onto the belly. And just feeling your heart beating. And as you inhale, saying, I am. And as you exhale, strong. Inhale, I am. And exhale, strong. Inhale, I am. And exhale, strong. Just bringing both hands together. And bowing to self. Thanking yourself for showing up. And thank you for practicing with me this evening. Little practices more often rather than making them big and scary. I hope you enjoyed this evening. I will see you again next time.